Hello everyone, and welcome to another demo of the Foreman UX. Today we are having Walden talking about Reddit subscription page. For any question, we have the IRC. In the Freenode, we have the YouTube live chat, and we have the discourse. Walden?
Hi. All right, so I want to show you some of the Red Hat subscriptions page, our new effort to put it into React and to allow the editing of entitlements from the satellite portal. This page is very much in development now, so I'll be showing a combination of code that's in Katello master already, as well as some wireframes. So this is the new page here. This is pretty much the same as the existing subscriptions page that we have currently. You'll notice that we're not grouping these subscriptions anymore by product. And in the future, we will have the ability to select these and remove them from the entitlement, and also refresh the manifest, which you can also do from here. So this is the manage manifest modal. Basically, it's the same thing as here, except we don't take you out of the context of the page anymore. We wanted to do it in a modal form, and this is all. Let's see. And this is kind of what's going to be the new piece, which is the ability to add these upstream subscriptions from your manifest into your local satellite. And so all this stuff, currently the pagination is, the default pagination is broken here, but that's something we need to get fixed on the API side. But yeah, so these are all coming, these are all subscriptions from the portal. So prior, you would have to update these quantities in the portal and then re-upload your manifest. But we're trying to make it easier so you can edit these, the number of the quantities here without going back to the portal. This is just the first step in kind of making things easier for our subscription users. So that's basically what we have done so far. The next thing is going to be to allow editing these entitlements here. And let me share a different screen real quick, if I can remember how to use Hangouts. Okay, so these are some mockups that Rox did for us. You'll see that here we'll have the selection, and let's see, where's the so then you'll hover over this entitlements column, and it'll show you that it's editable. When you click on it, it actually flips all of these to editable. This is a limitation on the API side. It takes maybe a couple of seconds to update the entitlement quantities here on one of these subscriptions. So rather than making the user wait for a really long time, if they were trying to edit multiple or having to put some weird messaging in, we decided to just do it for the whole table. Another interesting feature that will be added to this is this idea of customization of the columns that you receive from the API. And you can see you will click on this button here and you'll be able to select which columns you want to save or see, and that will be persisted in the database. And when you return to this page, you'll see the same columns. Let's see. There's that. And I think that's about the gist of the functionality of this page. Like I said, very much early stages, but I wanted to go ahead and show it and some of these mockups early on, just for visibility and to give people a chance to comment, ask questions, and what have you. Yeah, so short demo, but I guess can open it up for questions if anyone has any.
I do. I kind of jumped in here last minute. Go back to the what was the page you were on before this one?
Do you mean the actual, like the actual application, or in the within the mockups? Because I was on a bunch of different pages before this one.
Oh, within the actual application, I think it was. It looked like this, but it had a different column layout.
Yeah, hold on. Talking about this page, the one that's in development.
Yeah. Okay. So this is what you're working on right now. All right. So okay. So that's going to be the manifestation of what we just saw in the mockup.
Yeah. Yeah.
Got it. Are the start date, end date, is that just because it's a mockup? Like that's going to have like the right, like whatever the generic format is, right? Or is,
yeah, this is just because it's very much in development. Right. This isn't like ready to be
all right, yeah,
picked apart. Really, it's kind of like yeah, very early stages.
Cool. That's it.
So I see one question on the YouTube live chat. Is the mockups have different width columns? Will that be in the product? I mean, the fact that the mockups have a different width for the columns.
Oh yeah, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, can you pull up both tabs? I think it might. Is it because one has vertical nav and one doesn't? Because that might be what's causing it to be different too.
No, they both have vertical nav.
Oh, they both have vertical nav. Okay.
No, they're saying, I don't know who asked this question or made this comment, but in the mockups, I don't know. I guess I could share. Let me try sharing my entire screen here. Maybe I can bring both of them up side by side. I don't know if it'll work.
Oh yeah, you don't have. You can just open it in another tab or something.
Yeah, the thing is that, well, I guess I can.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second. Sorry.
Whatever's easier.
It keeps wanting to open it in preview instead. I'll just tab back and forth between them, I suppose. Okay, so yeah, the question was, will we have these, how you see how a subscription name here is much bigger column than all the rest of them. And I didn't notice that, but I'm guessing probably not, unless it's pretty easy to do, because we're kind of on a little bit of a time crunch here. So yeah, if it's easy, then I'm going to try to do it, but otherwise, no, probably not.
I mean, I think we kind of like, if we're talking about the column widths, right? Like making the column width same.
We're talking about how here subscription name is a much bigger column, but here all these columns are the same size because that's how our default tables are.
Yeah, I don't know. I think we kind of have to do it, but it looks like because the only real example you have on this page though is the Red Hat Enterprise Linux Workstation. Yeah, I don't know. The other page looks like way clean, and I think it might also just be the font difference. Like, are you sure this isn't zoomed in at all?
No, it is zoomed in. Yeah, so I mean, like 100%. So a little bit out of here.
That's a little bit better, but
I don't know what's wrong with this menu, but
yeah, you need to refresh the page. I think there's a bug that it doesn't disappear if you zoom in or zoom out in the browser.
Ah, thanks. Yeah, so I mean, you know, the wrapping here is a little bit better, but I mean, I can see your point that it does look cleaner if it's longer. But you'll also notice in the mock-up we are truncating the names of the things, which I absolutely think we don't want to do. Considering how long these names are and how similar they are for a lot of subscriptions, I think
I don't think we need to truncate them either. But like, if that was to go over, it would just be like 2 lines, and that's a really long one. Whereas on the other page, it's like 4 lines for one thing.
Yeah, I mean, I guess 3 in some of these longer cases. Yeah. But yeah, we can look into that. I don't think it'll be too bad.
The other thing too is like requires vert who. That doesn't need to be that wide. Like, so I don't know how adaptive you can make these column widths, but I feel like some column widths, like requires vert who is just it's a checkbox. It's 1 character wide. Anyway.
Yeah, I mean here it's huge too, but yeah, I agree that there's no reason for it to be that big. So yeah, I mean, I'll have to look and make sure, but I assume that there's something in pattern, like a pattern in Patternfly for different size columns, and that they don't always expect all the columns to be the same size. Because that's one thing that we're really trying to do here, and there's been some parts of this mockup that don't that haven't matched Patternfly that I've kind of talked with Rox about, and we have decided to match Patternfly everywhere. So if this I want everything that we're doing here, if it's not something completely new that will get added to Patternfly, if there's already a pattern for it, we're following it. That's how we will create increase our consistency between Katello and Foreman, is if we both just follow everything that Patternfly says.
Okay, so I don't see any more questions. I think we can end it here. Okay, so for any future question, you can join the IRC on the Freenode. You can ask us on the discourse. And thank you for Walden. Thank you for watching, and take care.